I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. I hope a lot of you remember the video where I went to the Allen Antique Mall. And while I was there, I went around and saw lots of neat tools. And then I picked up one. This brace. It's a Wardsmaster, made in the USA. It was made by Stanley, and Stanley gave it the designation the 813. 813 is a rather robust brace. It's a ball bearing chuck. That means it grips the shank of the drill bit very well because all the force is transmitted into gripping rather than trying to overcome the resistance of the bearing inside the chuck. It also has ratcheting feature, and this model was used by the Bell system. They bought a lot of them. Now this one is not in pristine condition. It's been sitting out and gotten kind of rusty and dirty, but it still works great. There's very little to go wrong with these. The chuck can get rusty to the point where it doesn't open anymore. But this one, I think, was just left hanging on the wall, and it's got surface rust on it. The inside of the chuck itself is still in great shape. Designed with ball bearings in both the chuck and in the spindle. And a little bit of oil makes things work ever so much better. Once I penetrated through the bottom, then I flip it over, start the pilot screw back into the hole, and finish out the cut from this side. So I get a nicely drilled hole with no tear out. That's a 1-inch bit. This brace has a 5-inch swing. That means it describes a circle 10 inches in diameter. So a 1-inch drill bit, I've got a 5-to-1 leverage advantage over that thing. Need a little oil on that handle. And a ratcheting brace is a handy thing to have because it lets you work in tight corners. Even if I had this laying up against the wall, I'd still be able to get a drill bit down through that piece of wood with no problem. And for when you want to take it out, you just reverse the ratchet. well worth the time, effort, and money spent to get it home. Now all I have to do is clean it up a bit, and it's good to go. I might refinish the handles. It's not necessary. Definitely will take the rust off the shank, just because it doesn't look good. The chuck is working quite well, and the brace itself is very nice. So, for all you guys who wonder what I bring home something from nearly every trip. The only place I didn't get anything from was the Heritage Company. I was there 4 hours. It's a long time to be there. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments below. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.